So we want to talk about in this video about actually creating the shirt. If you're not really certain of the process, there are a few options that we have available to you. So what I have here is just kind of a simulated vector shirt, and let's give it a color. Let's just say it's gonna be a gray shirt, and I'm gonna put this design on here. So this, first of all, let's look at the design just a little bit here. It'll be a little bit difficult for you to see and perhaps understand, especially if you're brand new to the process. But what we have here is we've created the artwork in such a way where it's perfectly set up for you. Um, and depending on how exactly you intend to make this shirt will depend on how you might manipulate the graphic as we give it to you. So let me just go to wireframe mode and see if I can explain what we're doing here. So if we go into wireframe mode, do you notice this double line right here? And notice even on the text, there's that double line. On this text, you see that double line in wireframe mode. But when we come back onto enhanced mode, we don't really see those double lines. Let me double click right here on my orange. So you see there's a little bit of overlap for every color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we would make this shirt. All right, so let's just say our first color we're going to put over here is orange. So there's that first color right there, okay? Now that actually looks good just like that. All right, so you could very easily use this graphic just as it is. So that's one option that you have available to you right there, okay? So let's go ahead and, if somebody is real conservative and, money's an issue, this is a real nice, simple design that is affordable for most people. Now, if you want to take it to the next step, of course, would be doing it in more than one color. So we could do this, and then what we could do here is we could come in here and let's just give it a glitter color of, I don't know, let's just say we want to do it in gold. And then what we can do is the white parts. Let's go ahead and grab all these white parts. That part of it is going to be a second color that we're going to put on top. Now, what is that second color? Well, let's say in this case, I want my second color to be black. Now, here's what you're going to see. As I move this with my arrow keys, you can see I'm just going to be covering it up. And this is what you would do in real life too, is you just kind of line it up just like so. And when you double click, do you see that little bit of overlap that you have? Okay, what that allows is it allows a little bit of wiggle room, and that's what we call a trap. So you're going to trap those colors, and that little tiny bit of overlap, it's a 1 millimeter overlap, is fine when you're doing, in this case, we're doing glitter, and then on top of that, we're doing a heat press material. Okay, so I mean that's just another option. Now, of course, we do have these other parts of the soccer ball. Okay, now that could be a third color. So let's just maybe go ahead and, I don't know, let's just make those white, for example. And you could do it that way. Okay, so again, we would just use our arrow keys to kind of line things up here. And because you've got that little bit of trap, you can see that doesn't even need to be perfect. See how this is a little bit more narrower than this? It doesn't have to be quite, sit on there quite perfect. It's close enough. You can see it's a lot wider here than it is here. And that's probably how it's going to be in real life too. You're not necessarily going to get these lined up perfectly, but that's why we have the extra wiggle room of that 1 millimeter. All right, so you could just stop right there. So it all depends on how you intend to put the artwork on the shirt, and what kind of configuration you want to do and how many different colors, because there are so many options available to you. And of course, now the text itself, that could be a color too. So maybe, I don't know, let's just say we want to do it, something be silly and do it in pink glitter, for example. Okay, that too would sit on tiny little trap, same thing. Okay, so or maybe you want to do this in black glitter, whatever you want to do. I mean, you've got a lot of different options available to you. So it just depends on how you want that artwork to go on the shirt, as to how many colors and what have you. So one file can be used in a variety of ways, in a variety of colors. Certainly one color can get the job done too. This could be, you could just do this in one color and a black glitter. they make a black and gold, a black glitter with gold flakes, or they make a black glitter that's kind of multicolor flakes. And just that alone would look real sharp and be easy, easy to make, and of course a good money maker for you as well, because and cost effective to your customer because you're not using multiple layers. But the key thing I wanted to point out here too is, yes, technically speaking, these colors are on top of one another, but only by the smallest of margins. It's very, very minimal the way these colors are overlapping because we've already done that artwork creation for you. So hopefully that gives you a better understanding of how these designs are set up for you and the different options that you have available to you when you actually go make the shirt. Thanks for watching.